I feel happy when I talk about my hero because then I feel like I don't have to talk about it anymore because sometimes I just want to hold the feeling in. And it feels good to let it out. Because I feel scared to cry sometimes. I don't know why I get mad though.
Lily, Daddy's next to you. No, on the other side.
Donor Hero Camp to me is just Indiana Donor Network at its best. It's this ability to find a spot in a family's life that they really need us. And I think that's working with their children. When children grieve, adults around them oftentimes accidentally shut them down. And that's because we have a hard time watching a child grieve. We have a hard time watching a child cry. So our support sometimes accidentally shuts down what they're experiencing. When you're at school talking to a teacher, when you're on the playground, you're in your after-school activities, no peer is talking about death and dying. So kids really retreat into a place where they don't think it's socially acceptable to talk about death. And the thing that I think we're doing here is teaching them that that death and dying story is not the end of their story as a child, but that it has a pathway to something much bigger that's hopeful and has healing. That's the thing that makes donation different. Kids get to see a window and an open pathway to something good.
Kids are referred to as the forgotten mourners in the families because the adults are also grieving, and many adults don't know how to talk to kids who are grieving or what to say, especially in a developmentally appropriate way. And so we wanted to turn our focus really to how can we continue to support these kids in their grief, and then also give parents the tools that they need to talk to their kids about death in a healthy way.
So we were excited for the idea really just to build around bringing children together. How could we bring kids together in an environment where they were free from stress and free from any other obligations and just able to start building friendships around something that they had in common.
My donor hero was my grandma.
My dad.
My aunt and my grandma, their names are Lauren and Ellen.
My hero is Tristan Hackman. She donated her heart, her kidneys, both her lungs, and her liver, and she saved 4 lives.
She donated her corneas and some tissue.
My aunt saved 5 people, I think.
It was pretty relieving, kind of, to know that some people are with me, and obviously that they have lost a very close loved one.
I know that everybody is going through the same thing, and it's not like just I'm alone, so I really like it.
It's really indescribable, honestly. It's so amazing that it's really hard to explain.
I think the thing that makes Donor Hero Camp really unique is that it's completely free. We didn't want to restrict any family from sending any of their kids because of a financial restriction. When you're grieving, especially if you've lost an income to that household or the breadwinner, or you've had financial changes, that aspect is so significant, and it could be the difference between a child being able to attend camp or not.
If we only have one moment with a child during the donation process, I don't really think we've had enough time with them to make an impact on their loss or an impact on the grief that they're going to experience. Creating a children's journey, the concept is for us to have multiple moments with that child where that child really can start to trust us and start to experience that there's a larger community that they belong to. What we want is camp to be something that follows children. So if a 6-year-old comes to camp and can return to Donor Hero Camp each summer, we're really creating a culture around him or her that involves donation.